The real reason you have tinnitus and why it won't stop. What I'm about to reveal will shatter everything your doctors told you about tinnitus. This isn't just ringing in your ears. It's your body screaming a warning that something is terribly wrong. And the worst part? The very treatments they're giving you might be making it worse. Imagine lying awake at 3 a.m. while that relentless, high-pitched scream tears through your skull, knowing that tomorrow you'll face another day of pretending you're fine while your sanity slowly crumbles. You've begged audiologists for help, suffered through useless sound therapy, maybe even poisoned yourself with steroids, but the demonic ringing keeps returning, louder and more vicious each time. What if I told you the reason it won't stop isn't hiding in your damaged ears, but sitting right there on your kitchen counter and in your medicine cabinet? Everyday harmless items that are systematically destroying your auditory system from the inside out. This isn't another false hope miracle cure. This is the brutal truth the medical establishment doesn't want you to discover. Persistent tinnitus is often your nervous system under siege from toxins you consume daily, inflammation that's eating away at your delicate inner ear structures, and health supplements that are quietly poisoning your brain's auditory pathways. Before we expose these hidden killers, understand this. What you're about to learn goes against everything mainstream medicine teaches. If this resonates with the hell you're living through, take one small step toward reclaiming your sanity. Subscribe and tell me in the comments, how many years has this auditory nightmare been destroying your life? Your story matters, and it helps me expose the patterns they don't want us to see. Why your tinnitus refuses to die. The sinister truth. Most people think tinnitus equals ear damage. Sometimes that's true. But the persistent, soul-crushing tinnitus that haunts you for months or years? That's your auditory system trapped in a state of chronic siege. Here's what's really happening inside your head. Microcirculation strangulation. The delicate blood vessels feeding your cochlea are slowly suffocating. Without oxygen, your hair cells begin misfiring, sending phantom screams to your brain. Inflammatory warfare. Your inner ear is under constant chemical attack, making every nerve hypersensitive and ready to explode at the slightest provocation. Fluid poisoning. Toxic shifts in your inner ear's delicate chemistry are creating pressure that feels like your head might burst. Neural hyperexcitability. Certain substances are turning your auditory nerves into hair-trigger weapons, firing when they should be silent. All of these biological disasters can be triggered by what you consume daily. The next section reveals the most common destroyers lurking in your pantry, the ones slowly murdering your peace, one bite at a time. The kitchen killers torturing your ears. 1. Sugar, the sweet poison amplifying your agony. The hidden destroyer. Desserts, pastries, sodas, anything that sends your blood sugar into chaos. How it tortures your ears? Every sugar spike creates a storm of oxidative stress that attacks the microscopic blood vessels in your cochlea. These vessels become rigid and unable to deliver life-saving oxygen to your hair cells. When these cells suffocate, they scream, and that scream is your tinnitus. The warning signs. If your ears start shrieking after that afternoon cookie, if the ringing gets vicious by dinner time after a carb-heavy lunch, sugar is slowly murdering your auditory system. Emergency swap. Replace that death-dealing candy with nuts and fruit. Your starving cochlea will thank you. Dark truth. That single innocent cookie could be the reason your ears are screaming by bedtime. 2. Fried foods, vascular assassins choking your cochlea. The hidden destroyer, fast food, packaged snacks, anything swimming in processed oils. How it tortures your ears? These toxic fats turn your blood into sludge, strangling the tiny vessels that keep your cochlea alive. When blood flow becomes erratic, your hair cells panic and start firing phantom signals, the endless ringing that's driving you insane. The warning signs: tinnitus that explodes after greasy meals, ears that take forever to recover from noise exposure. Emergency swap: choose grilled over fried, baked over deep fried. Stop feeding the vascular destruction. Dark truth: that bag of chips isn't just satisfying a craving, it's systematically choking the life out of your inner ear. 3. Sodium bombs, fluid poisoners drowning your sanity. The hidden destroyer: canned soups, processed meats, hidden salt in every packaged meal. How it tortures your ears? Excessive sodium creates fluid chaos in your inner ear, generating pressure that makes your cochlea scream. This pressure distorts the delicate mechanics of hearing, turning normal silence into torturous noise. The warning signs: ears that feel full and ring louder after salty meals, dizziness that coincides with the worst tinnitus days. Emergency swap: fresh vegetables instead of canned poison, herbs instead of salt bombs. Dark truth: that convenient can of soup could be drowning your inner ear in toxic fluid retention. 4. MSG, the neural excitotoxin frying your brain. The hidden destroyer: Chinese takeout, instant noodles, natural flavors hiding in processed foods. How it tortures your ears? MSG floods your nervous system with glutamate, turning your auditory nerves into hyperactive monsters that fire constantly. It's literally exciting your neurons to death. The warning signs: tinnitus that explodes after takeout, headaches and ringing that hit together, overstimulation that lasts for hours. Emergency swap: whole foods, real ingredients, nothing from a packet. Dark truth: one flavor packet can transform a quiet evening into a neurological nightmare. 5. Ultra-processed meals, the perfect storm of auditory destruction. The hidden destroyer: frozen dinners, boxed meals, anything designed for convenience over health. How it tortures your ears? These Frankenstein foods combine every toxin we've discussed: sugar, bad fats, sodium, chemical enhancers. They create a sustained assault on your auditory system, keeping it in a permanent state of inflammation and hypersensitivity. The warning signs: general brain fog with worsening tinnitus, low energy coinciding with louder ringing. Emergency swap: real food, grilled protein, vegetables, nothing from a microwave. Dark truth: that convenient dinner tray is a coordinated attack on every system keeping your ears healthy. 6. Alcohol, the dehydrating destroyer. The hidden destroyer: your evening wine, weekend beers, social drinks. How it tortures your ears? Alcohol dehydrates your delicate inner ear tissues while triggering inflammatory chaos. It disrupts the fluid balance your cochlea needs to function, turning normal hearing into a torture chamber. The warning signs: ringing that spikes after drinking, morning after auditory hell, chronic worsening with regular consumption. Emergency swap: herbal tea, sparkling water, anything that hydrates instead of destroys. Dark truth: that relaxing glass of wine could be turning up the volume on your nightly torture. The vicious cycle keeping you trapped. These aren't isolated attacks, they're a coordinated assault. High sugar triggers inflammation. Inflammation strangles blood vessels. Poor circulation starves your cochlea. Sodium shifts create pressure chaos. MSG overstimulates dying nerves. Alcohol dehydrates the wreckage. Each poison reinforces the others, creating a feedback loop of auditory hell that conventional medicine can't break because they're looking in the wrong place. They treat the symptom while the real killers hide in plain sight. The supplement betrayal: health products destroying your ears. But here's where this gets truly sinister. The health supplements you're taking to improve your well-being, some of them are quietly poisoning your auditory system, building up in your tissues, and creating the exact conditions that make tinnitus unstoppable. Vitamin A, the stealth neurotoxin. The hidden destroyer, cod liver oil, liver supplements, high-dose multivitamins with retinol. How it tortures your ears? Excess vitamin A accumulates in your tissues, creating neurological chaos. It can increase neural irritability, making your auditory nerves hypersensitive and more likely to fire phantom signals. Your healthy supplement becomes a slow-acting neurotoxin. The warning signs: headaches, skull pressure, dizziness coinciding with tinnitus changes after months of supplementation. Dark truth: that natural liver supplement could be slowly building up in your system, turning your nervous system into a hair trigger weapon. Vitamin D, the calcium bomb. The hidden destroyer. High-dose vitamin D supplements taken without monitoring. How it tortures your ears? Excessive vitamin D can trigger hypercalcemia, too much calcium in your blood. This mineral chaos affects nerve function and can cause tissue calcification, potentially strangling the microscopic blood vessels feeding your cochlea. The warning signs: muscle weakness, excessive thirst, constipation, along with changing tinnitus patterns. Dark truth: the supplement you took for bone health could be tipping your body's mineral balance into a state that tortures your ears. The tests that expose the truth. If your tinnitus refuses to die despite conventional treatments, demand these tests from your doctor. 25-hydroxyvitamin D. Is your health supplement poisoning you? Serum retinol. How much vitamin A toxicity are you carrying? Serum calcium. Is mineral chaos destroying your nerves? Basic metabolic panel. What's the real state of your internal chemistry? Fasting glucose or HbA1c. Is sugar systematically destroying your microcirculation? Most doctors won't think to check these in tinnitus patients. You need to demand them. Your emergency action plan. This isn't about perfection. It's about stopping the ongoing assault on your auditory system. 1. Document the destruction. Track everything you consume and your tinnitus intensity for 2 weeks. The patterns will shock you. 2. Audit your medicine cabinet. List every supplement, especially anything with vitamin A or D. These could be your hidden destroyers. 3. Demand the tests. Get the blood work that reveals the truth about your internal chemistry. 4. Emergency dietary triage. Cut the obvious killers, processed foods, excess sugar, alcohol, for just 1 week and track the results. 5. Get professional backup. Find an ENT who will take your complete health picture seriously, not just look in your ears. The brutal reality they don't want you to know. Here's what terrifies the medical establishment: most persistent tinnitus isn't actually an ear problem. It's a systemic poisoning that shows up in your ears first. Your auditory system is the canary in the coal mine, screaming warnings about toxicity, inflammation, and vascular destruction that's happening throughout your body. But here's what's even more disturbing, and what I'll expose in my next video. There are 2 specific health supplements sitting in your medicine cabinet right now that could be slowly calcifying your auditory blood vessels and exciting your neurons to death. These products are marketed as essential for your well-being, but for some people, they're creating the exact neurochemical chaos that makes tinnitus impossible to stop. Don't take another pill. Don't suffer through another sleepless night. Don't let another doctor dismiss your agony until you discover which of your healthy choices are actually destroying your peace of mind from the inside out. Subscribe now and click the notification bell, because in 48 hours, I'm revealing the supplement scandal that's keeping millions trapped in auditory hell, and why the companies selling these products will do anything to keep this information buried. Your silence ends now. Your answers begin here. Final warning. This video contains information that contradicts mainstream medical advice. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making changes to your diet or supplements. But remember, you are your own best advocate, and sometimes the most important truths are the ones they don't want you to discover. If this opened your eyes to the real war being waged against your ears, share your story in the comments. How long have you been suffering? What healthy choices might actually be destroying your peace? Your experience could save someone else from years of unnecessary torture. The truth is finally here. The question is, are you ready to fight back?